Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have, oh my gosh, empties. Wax empties and kind of like what I melted pretty much or burned as well for the month of January. And I said it before, oh my God, January is done. Oh, that's crazy. So anyway, we've got a lot to go through because I've gone from having 4 warmers in Nova Scotia to 7 warmers here in British Columbia in our home. So with that being said though, we're going to talk about candles first, and we're going to start off with candles that I haven't finished yet. I'm still going to be going through these again next month. I'll carry them through. This one here is from the Hallmark brand. Now a lot of you guys saw my haul. I'll try to remember to put that tab above of the haul that I originally did for 4 of these candles found at a drugstore basically here in British Columbia. This is actually Hallmark's branded candle, and this one is in the toffee chip cookie, and it's a cute little label, cute little lid. I'm finally getting around to burning these. 3 wicks here. I will say the wicks have slightly slid. As you can see, they've slid a little bit over this way, and as you can sort of tell, let's see here if I can show you, there is quite a bit of soot on the side of which the wicks have kind of slid to. That aside, it's done very well. Now, I wish it didn't soot, and I wish that the wick stayed in the middle for sure. But the throw on this candle is very good. Now, I currently have this in on our kitchen island. And so this basically throws in a great room in the sense that it's the kitchen island or the kitchen area, the dining area, and also like a sitting area near our lounge where this will kind of throw its scent. So I will say it's very good. Now it's a fairly expensive candle. I wasn't able to get these on like 50% off. I also know that someone was saying that they found some in their discount stores, but stores that I'm not familiar with, I can't remember the names of them. They weren't Winners. They weren't HomeSense. So keep your eye out for maybe this brand. They did well, and if this is fairly expensive, but if you can get it on a discount, I think it would be well worth it. So of course I will be continuing to burn this one on through the month of February. Next up we have a Bath & Body Works candle. This one I didn't have high hopes for from the beginning because of the scent note description. This is in a fa la 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 and the scent note description on this one, it reads, a shot of espresso sweet vanilla foam topped with warm cookie crumbles. Now basically I just get a very frothy milky scent to this with some vanilla. Now it's been burning okay at this point, but I will say at this point we're only here, and you'll see very shortly. Once I get about 50% and lower, sometimes that's when I struggle, and I really do struggle with ones that are vanilla heavy or vanilla leaning candles. So we'll see how this goes. Of course, you guys will see me with this as an empty next month. But again, 3 wicks here. They're doing well. There's no sooting here. I don't get a single ounce of coffee. Not at all. And I did order this online. I was really hoping that I would get some coffee sent to it, but unfortunately I did not. So I wouldn't repurchase this one again. However, I do know that there's some coffee scents that are online right now, which will probably be very good. And not as happy about this one. And then we have a candle that I hauled. I'll try to remember if I can remember the link above. A Canadian candle company that is actually owned by a retired or a veteran of the Canadian military. And he made a whole bunch of candles that have like really funny sayings to them and all that stuff. This one is called This Could Have Been an Email, which again, I think all of us probably could have been, we've been there. We know exactly how that feels. This is done very well. I have been putting this one in our bathroom, so a smaller space, smaller candle. This is burning so well, no sooting at all. It's just delightful. And there's no scent note descriptions on this one, but it's just a very fresh, a little baby powdery kind of scent to it, very fresh and clean. And so I'm very impressed, and I definitely get a good throw of this in a small room as well. I have a bunch more of these as well that I get to try as well. So I'm super happy. My husband pointed me out to this company, and yeah, I'm very, very happy that the first candle I burned from this company has done very well. On to some wax melts that I haven't completed yet, but this will go into my rotation for February. This one here is from Super Tarts. It's a big bam bag, 3 clamshells worth of wax in chunks, all different shapes and sizes, pretty much square, but different sizes. This is in Sleepy Beauty. This is a classic OG fragrance of hers, of Brandy's. This is Lavender Rose Vanilla Cream Birthday Cake. So I definitely melted this one in our bedrooms, the spare room, and ours. And I will obviously be putting this through to the next month. Then we have a couple destination wax items here that I haven't finished, but of course they're also going to be carried over to February. This one here is in the scent Moon Spice Cookie. Now again, my friend Ramona is the one who kind of got me onto this one. This one is described as sugar cookies, coffee, and Celtic moon spice. Delightful, delicious, perfect amount of spice. I would highly recommend this. Another item I would highly recommend, because I love vanilla lace from Victoria's Secrets, is vanilla lace. This is a 100% dupe for the scent from Victoria's Secret. 100%. This is gorgeous. It just says vanilla orchids and musk, not a foodie vanilla, and similar to VCS, or yeah, Victoria's Secret, so VS. Anyway, this I love in the bedrooms. It's scrumptious and it's beautiful and pretty, and the vanilla I love, but it's not just like your average vanilla. It's so, if you guys know the scent from Victoria's Secret, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. 100% I would repurchase this one in the future as well. All right, on to some of the candles I actually completed in the month of January. We're going to start off with Bath & Body Works. This is Christmas cider, and this one is described as mulled cinnamon, crushed clove, creamy nutmeg, and simmering cider. And so here we go. And so I was sort of mentioning earlier, the struggle was real with this one. It was temperamental like a teenager. I don't know how else to put it. So it burnt great at first. As you can see, burnt almost all the way, pretty much the bottom of a Bath & Body Works candle. So there's still tons left, i.e. The wicks didn't move. There is like no sitting actually in this particular candle. You can't see it. I can't pick it up on the camera that well, but I can see the lines of which, like where it burned or smoldered, if you will. So again, as per usual, it burned great from the beginning to about here. Then from here to about here, it struggled, and it was like almost puny wicks. It was barely lit. I can barely even see the light flickering from it. And then the last little bit here, it got its last life, and then it kind of kicked into gear and finally burned the way it was doing up here. So temperamental. I don't understand it. Don't understand why people have so many of these candles. I have some, but I'm really limited now to the ones I really can't live without, I should say, with their fragrance, because that drives me crazy. I just want a proper candle that burns the whole way through, doing nothing different to it. I am taking very good care of the candle itself. There's nothing going on. Like, I have no idea, but it's been a struggle I've had for years, not even in the space that I'm in now. It's been in 3 different places I've lived in the last 4 years, basically, that showed me that this is getting very temperamental. So when I purchased this scent again, it was a lovely scent, but I think I prefer, with these types of notes, I think I would prefer Tis of Season. I feel like it's stronger, and I always get a really good throw and a good burn generally from that candle. Although they're not the exact same, I think I would prefer the Tis of Season over the Christmas cider. Then we have a couple candles from a company that, of course, I will have it down below in the description bar. I have a 10% off code. I don't get anything from it, but it's a code that all of us get to use. Canadian company that I was introduced to by my friend. This is the Blvd Candle Co. So one of these is in marshmallow orange or marshmallow orange blossom, and the other one is in tobacco and vanilla. And let me just see. Okay, so this one here is tobacco vanilla. First of all, the jars are super cool. I'll try to remember to link the video I did for the haul, giving a little bit more information. This is meant to look like cement. It's not as heavy as cement, but man, does it look kind of porous a bit. Not like pumice, but porous, not as heavy as cement. All of their candles look the same on the outside. The only thing different is like the little slip that goes around the outside. They've fallen off over the time. They all come with little lids. They're all 1 wick, and they're a wood wick. And so it has a slight crackling, but it's nothing super, super loud. This one was tobacco vanilla, and this was amazing. A crowd favorite. I had contractors in the house during me burning this, and they were like, oh, what does that smell? It smells really good. Men, women alike. This is a candle scent that I have had from a few different vendors, and I absolutely love it. I highly recommend. This one burnt very, very well. But unfortunately, I'm going to say this one I had to just retire it, and I think it's going to be a one-off. I don't know exactly why this one did what it did. There's still about a third of a candle left in here. And this one is in that the marshmallow orange blossom. The wick wouldn't stay lit, and no matter what I did and try to, figure stuff out down there with the wick itself, and it just didn't want to take, and I'm not exactly certain why, but this one here performed so well that I really believe that this was a one-off on this, but I have 2 more candles obviously to go through and see how that does. So their environments were exactly the same, nothing different there. I do enjoy them. For little candles, they throw really, really well. This one was in my kitchen, again, that great room, and so it threw quite well. This one was in my bathroom. And yeah, it was actually pretty good. So I will say, when I hauled these candles originally, out of the 4 candles I tried, this one, the marshmallow and orange blossom, was the one I was questioning about how strong it might actually be. Like I couldn't really smell a whole lot, but in a bathroom space, this did throw very well. So the only issue I had was the burn at about halfway. So again, I'll come and report back to you guys when I burn the other two. But again, this one here, Tobacco Vanilla, was first of all fabulous for the scent, but it burned very, very well. All right, I will say I went through another bag of cotton balls, but I think this will be like one of the last times I use up a bag for a while anyway. I have a couple warmers, and I'll try to link the video above showing you guys my the warmers I have right now currently in my home. It's a very popular video on my channel. Basically, I just take you around showing you what warmers I have, but there are a couple which require, unfortunately, until I got those little silicone cups to place in them, so a couple Scentsy warmers, that I needed cotton balls to get rid of the wax, and I don't like that, and so I managed to get those silicone cups and place them in there. And so I'm trying to stay away from this whole cotton thing. I don't want to have to do that. I say in that video kind of how that does irk me, and then I wish Scentsy wouldn't have done that, because I have 3 Harry Potter warmers. The first one is the Hogwarts School, and it had a bowl, a dish. So I obviously, when I saw Hedwig and I saw Hogwarts Express, I just immediately, I didn't even think, because I was like, I just need it, because I'm a huge Harry Potter lover. Those two didn't come with the bowl or a dish, and I'm a freezer style method person when it comes to, you know, getting rid of my wax. This is a bit frustrating. So anyway, I got it figured out for right now, but I just wish they wouldn't do that, so I wouldn't have to buy these. All right, let's talk about some Bath & Garden wax. We have 2 clamshells here. The first one is in cranberry fig, and the description is tart cranberry balanced with sweet fig and a touch of citrus. This was lovely, really enjoyable. I've had this in my collection for quite some time, so I was happy to get through that one. It was very, very, I love cranberry scents. Hello, my name is Kim and I like cranberry scents. This one was Reindeer Town. I don't have scent note descriptions here because, well, they don't do their own, so unless it's on the side, like friends of mine, or if I write it down, I wouldn't know. So this had a bit of a chai tea, the tea, not a milky tea, but a chai spice blend to it that I really liked. So of course I would repurchase both of these in a heartbeat. I think I've actually gone through 2 of these before. Then we have a clamshell from Zape, and this one is Baby It's Cold Outside, and no scent descriptions on the outside. This one was very outdoorsy with some mint in it as well, so it was quite lovely. I did melt this one in our bathroom, 1 cube at a time. The mint scent I really like in the bathroom, so I love Zape's wax, and I think I actually ended up buying 2 of these clams at one point, so I think I've actually already gone through one of these at one point. So next up we have a Sensationals, just 1 clam. I did pick this up in the US on my trip across the United States. If you guys aren't already aware, my husband and I have a travel channel I'll put down here. Feel free to watch, subscribe, I make some comments. We've got some big videos to share with you guys. We just came back from a big trip that it'll just takes me some time to sit down and edit. On our big road trip from Halifax, Nova Scotia through the United States and into British Columbia, Canada, we stopped in Washington State and I loaded up on wax, and this was one of them. And I remember this was like totally viral. Everybody was talking about, at least in the wax community. So when I did go to the Walmarts in the States, I bought a whole sleeve of this. I'm not mad at that. We have 2 items from Super Tarts, one of which is a favorite of mine. It's definitely not going to be the last time I have this, and the other one was the first time melt. So let's talk about the Fairy Dust, and this is fresh balsam raspberry and cake batter. First time I melted this, and I really like it. Super Tarts is one of those vendors where you don't need a lot. A little bit goes a long way. 100%, 1 cube at a time in a huge space, you'll be fine. Love this one, and I'm glad I got through this, because like some of those scents like pine and all that, they're definitely for the winter, so for the cold. Now that we're going into February, I want some more like fruity, romantic kind of scents. I'm not floral really myself, so I'm glad I went through this. It was quite enjoyable, and Minerva it's always going to be one of my top favorite scents from any vendor, and she is strong. One of these cubes, I'll say this again, if you put it in your warmer and didn't turn your warmer off for like a week or 2, you'd still smell this thing, or you become anosmic to it. So one or the other. I've had this for a while. I've had this since March of 2021. I have lots of band bags. I was trying not to melt some of these smaller clamshells worth until I knew I had band bags coming, or that I had them. And anyway, I am happy to say I have more band bags of Minerva, so I can melt to my heart's content. Alright, so then we have some Better Homes and Gardens. This one was in the peppered lavender cedar, was in the bedroom. The Fireside for Amber was in the bathroom. Salted coconut and mahogany, bedroom, and lavender and lattes in the bedroom. Anything lavender, I tend to like to melt in the bedrooms. I actually liked all of them. Looking back on it now, I loved all of them. Would they replace my lavender lemonade or sugared lavender twist? No, but I do enjoy all of these. So I would recommend giving these a sniff if you're in the US and you have these types of wax, in your Walmarts, and give it a sniff. They were very, very nice. This one, although lavender lattes, it didn't have a lot of coffee in it, but I got the gist of it. But very, very nice. And I probably would repurchase each of these in the future. All right, you guys, and then we have the wax advent calendar from Super Tarts that I received for Advent, actually, this past Christmas. So I'm not going to go through all of these. I have gone through almost all of them. So out of a 25-day Advent, I believe there was about 22 Advent days where it had wax, and the other few days had other little surprises in them. I have all but one, I believe, of the Advents that had wax in them. I've gone through each of these. These were great. I really enjoy them, some more than others. I know Brandy just did a pre-order that I think it's closed now, but to order some of her Advent scents that she brings out she creates new ones for each Advent. So anyway, long and short of it is I'm not going to go through all of these because there's quite a few, but I thoroughly enjoyed them. I forgot about one of these, the Sensationals. This is Vanilla Pine. Actually, I have this going right now, and it's definitely more pine than vanilla. It's very strong. Actually, I have it in this office space right now. It's very nice. It's very wintry, so I'm glad I got through this for the month of January, because I don't think this is a scent that I would be really enjoying in February, like when you're supposed to be getting warmer, although we're supposed to get snow next week. Yay. Anyway, Vanilla Pine is very, very nice. All right, so we have 2 empty BAM bags of wax from both Super Tarts. So these are the big bags I showed you at the very beginning of this video. This is in Christmas Morning and Blown Up. Blown Up is part of the Jaws collection. This is sea salt, ozone, seagrass, plum, pear, and lemon to make it the Blown Up. And this is Christmas Morning, which is freshly brewed coffee, whipped cream, and candy canes. I think I had these in December and January, so it kind of rolled over into January, but very happy with these. I love all of the Jaws blends except for the pomegranate one, and I haven't tried the orange one yet. With that being said, 100% love these. Then we have an empty from Zape. This one was, red cup season. So it's like peppermint mocha. So espresso, peppermint mocha, Uggs, and leggings. Really enjoyed it. And again, I love chocolate, peppermint, and coffee scents. I will say I got more of the peppermint and the chocolate and less the coffee. I want a little bit more coffee, I think, but really, really enjoyable. Wasn't the first time, nor will it be the last time I order this particular scent. Then we have a couple items here from Vintage Chic Scents. This was it's Galinda with a GA, 100% bubble mint gum. There were small little Easter egg sizes, and I put them in one at a time into my warmer in the bathroom, and it was perfect. It was delightful. I love mint in the bathroom, and it was a bubblegum mint, and I loved it. It was so nostalgic for me. I really enjoyed it. This one was Martha's Lavender Vanilla Milkshakes, homemade sweet lavender, honey ice cream, and milkshakes. This was very lovely too. I think I have more of this in my stash. VCS, if you guys aren't already aware of, is going to be leaving the company. Like, the company will be shutting down at the very end of 2023, or the beginning of 2024. But she gave us a year's notice, and so stock up while you can. So there's favorites. She does a lot of pre-orders. Definitely get your hands on some of those pre-orders, because you won't have much longer to be able to order from her. One item from Destination Wax. This was Cactus and Sea Salt. So there was just a couple pieces left here. I really enjoy this for the bathroom. Again, nice and fresh. So it's green cactus, fresh sea spray, sea moss, and driftwood. So really enjoyed this one for the bathroom. Very fresh, very clean, quite nice. Last but not least, we have Rainbow Melts here. We have this one here in Jingle Bell Rock, Holiday Rock Candy, and Tinsel and Snow Fairy. And this one here was Coffee Bar, Espresso, Butterscotch, and Bourbon. Love both of them. I love Rainbow Melts. Basically, at the end of the day, if you guys see a company or a brand that I'm featuring, it's because it's a very tried, tested, true brand for me, and they ship to Canada, or if they don't, then I can get a friend of mine to order it for me and then ship it up. Like Super Tarts, Rainbow Melts lasts a really long time. You don't need a lot to get a big punch of scent. Love both of these ones. I really love her coffee blends. I love crystals samplers. I have a sampler I ordered around Christmas time or after Christmas. I just love her samplers. It's one of the few vendors I actually would just get, yeah, take my money, sampler up, take my money, here you go. And it's a surprise. I mean, they kind of give you an idea what you're going to get, but I may not have smelt these ones before, but it doesn't matter. I've quite enjoyed all of them. So there you go. All right, you guys, that is everything. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, be safe, take care, and have fun. Bye, guys.